I just got this coffee today at Trader Joe's La Colombe. I'm gonna try it out right now real quick before I get started with this video and let you know what I think about it. That is pretty damn good. Oh shit. Okay guys, disaster averted. Let's jump into this here. I got a message from Abhishek on YouTube today, and his question was, I was wondering what should the approach be for a student while approaching and talking to employers at a career fair? How do I start a two-way dialogue while starting my pitch to them? This question was geared towards students. But I think that my answer will apply to anyone looking for a job, whether they be mid-career type people going to a job fair or students going to a job fair. So that's what I'll say first. The number one problem that I see with students or career professionals that go up to a career fair booth is that they're not prepared with anything. It's almost as if they walk up and they're just kind of generally asking questions about the company as if they've never heard of the company before. And this leads me to a couple tips that I want to talk about in this video. There's 3 tips, one bonus tip at the end as well. The first tip is being prepared before the event, right? You want to do your research before the event. You want to have a short list of a couple companies generated that you're really interested in working for and know everything about their mission, the product offerings that they have, know everything about their leadership principles, anything you can consume, right? Any information that you can consume, you want to be really prepared. Step number 2, research the people standing at the booths. What you can do when you get to the hiring event, before you commit yourself to standing in line, walk around to the side of each booth and do a little reconnaissance. Find out the person's first or last name, or the group of people, their first and last names, and plug them in to LinkedIn if they're actually available, so you can try to find some commonalities and use that as your starting piece of conversation. This could potentially help you. Now, not every booth or person is interested in putting first and last names, but if they are available, it can be very useful for you to make a connection on something like a similar hometown, similar college, maybe an article that somebody wrote that you found really interesting, something like that. Tip number 3, create a dialogue. Now, if you are in a position where you have not been able to find any of the people's first and last names, that's okay. The point is, when you first start the conversation, you don't want it to be all about you necessarily. You want it to be about something very interesting that the company is doing to create a two-way conversation as soon as possible. This is a bit hard to do at a hiring event because there's a line of people behind you. They're also waiting to speak to the person at the booth. But what you can do is say something like this: I've been following the progression of your company for the past X period of time. I wanted to come here today because my coursework is aligned and I feel that I can add a lot of value. I'd love to give you my resume and ask you a couple questions about this specific role that I saw on the job site. Hopefully you get the idea of what I'm trying to do here. The key is to let them know that you've done your research and that you have a specific role that you're interested in and that you're asking questions, and you can bring a lot of value to the table with regard to that role, right? The people that are there, the employers, they have the lock, you are the key. They're looking for specific fits to roles where people add a ton of value. Okay, tip number 4, the bonus tip. When you are done with the conversation, if the hiring manager doesn't have their name listed on their name tag, or if they don't have business cards, definitely ask them for their contact information on LinkedIn. Let them know you want to friend them. If they say no, that's totally okay. But 9 times out of 10, if you gave the right pitch to them, they're going to be interested in exchanging contact information. So no hurt in asking if their name is not available. Worst case scenario, they just say, No. That's all I got for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully these tips were helpful. The sun has gone down just enough now that I am gonna fly my DJI Mavic Air. This thing is absolutely awesome. Some of you are probably saying like, I really don't care about that, but for those of you who do, you know how cool this thing is. All right, that's it. We'll talk to you later.